timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside. Here in this first quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down. On 2nd and 9, Prescott flushed out right. Going deep here for Allen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
60 outlaw. Hey, lock it.
There's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Running right, Jones. And some space here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ronald Jones, 84 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Come on, fellas.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Check. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line. 26.
Prescott from the gun on third. He rifles one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Ronald Jones with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That throw good for 4. It's second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 29-yard line.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there that sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Here's Prescott going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. Brings up third down and 11. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing, Prescott. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down.
65. 94. Kill. Hatchet. Watch safety creep.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. Dan Bailey now for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
This is Jones. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Here we go, set, 90, Wolf. Hey, watch your leg. Ready?
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Yo, faster!
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll try the right side with Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
You go tight. You got General West. Hey, exit. Rock it.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Here we go.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
I'm coming after you.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards, good for a Saints first down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
Now, Bravo.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So as they take it over, we step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. Here's 61. Matchbox lights. It's a safety cream. Hey, Haywood. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Let's go, defense. Look at me. Door. Slam. Yo, go.
A shotgun snap for Hill. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards there. Good for a Saints first down.
And here we go again.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Check it out, Reed. Check.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And they stop him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up. No balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what is it? Break out that just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Prescott now. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. The intended receiver there, Allen.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 55 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's got room. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ronald Jones on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Terrific running there to start the drive as that's going to go for 15 and a quick first down as well. 15 yards, first down Atlanta.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Let's get it together. Check three.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Lucky. Alert three.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Room here to run. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A nice pickup there. 18 yards. First down Falcons. A first down throw for Prescott.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on it. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Justin Watson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons cut into that lead.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, First half going my way. I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you get some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Hey, Team 6. Team 6.
Watch the twins. Mike 5-4, Mike 5.
Hey, Sam off. You better be afraid of me. Now.
Here's Hill. Flush to his right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Man open, it's Goodwin. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 15. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. And that one is now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Cardinals. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Mike 53. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno. Check 52. Kill, 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 kill. 26. Go, go. It's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. The 30, 10, 5, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with the clock at all zeros, they get the touchdown to make this just a one-score game into the lockers.
And you know what else it does? Besides boost their confidence, it doesn't change your game plan any. See, if they're down bigger going into the half, you may have to revise what you plan to do in the second. But now in this spot, within one score and striking distance, you go ahead and keep playing and do what you'd worked out all week long.
Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go, let's go.
Ready up.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
First down, Saints.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two. Now a give, right side. Jones. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
But when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
Now Jones. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
I don't think anyone in the building fooled. Right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces.
Brought down back at the 11-yard line.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Jones. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. A good run that time. They couldn't close him down, and now 9 yards makes for a very different situation on 4th and goal. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Gano's kick is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And some room to maneuver. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now they try the right side here. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Here's Bailey now for the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
In this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here, you really like them.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Out of the pistol to give to Jones. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, break.
51. You don't want nothing. You don't want nothing. Hey, you don't want nothing.
Now a give right side. It's Jones. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
The Saints on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4.
Pilot, 64, reach.
Kill. Turn up. Kill.
Get.
On third down, Drake. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Look at me. Go. Make river.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
At the 11-yard line.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. They'll try again with Jones. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Let's get it.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Check 13.
And they try to sweep to Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Come on. Kill.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Prescott. He'll buy some time right. Now he'll pull it down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to do what we call flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. From the 41, Prescott.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 14. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. That good for 22 and a first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
70, Indy.
Push it back. Push it back.
At the 47-yard line.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
And it's third down.
The Saints on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 9.
6-6. Pull it high. Ready?
From the gun, here's Hill. Deep ball for Goodwin. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jesse Bates. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot. 94.
Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
47. Hey, kill. 47.
Now Prescott. And that's complete. It's Watson. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. Prescott now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's Prescott. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Trey Flowers picks it, and the return will stop right around the 25. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking downfield for Jones. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Back to you. Not even 154.
Prescott to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
It's now 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Not even going to go. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Prescott off play action. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. So this likely just to get the final score a bit closer given the time remaining, but they'll have a go for 2 here. They're going to try and run, and he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. And the Saints are going to get to this one. So that should about do it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Hey, lock it. Hey, echo.
Watch
Leo.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And I tell you, these division games never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with
sweat.
it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for New Orleans, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.